Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Black Mirror. Let's continue. I'm not really liking the name of this game because it doesn't seem to do too much with the Black Mirror or of any sort. It doesn't have anything to do with cell phones. It doesn't have to do with the Netflix TV series. There is no Black Mirror. So I'm thinking, before I leave, let's talk to the doctor again and see if we can ask him about this piece of paper we found. If nobody comes to the door...
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in.
I imagine...
Downstairs, in the mall.
The idea here is they showed us a scene of this room, but we couldn't interact before. Maybe now we can. This more feels like a... This really feels like a cheap hidden object scene design than what we've seen in the rest of the game. The rest of the game has been rather focused, rather appropriate in its decoration.
I'd never say there are so many species of them.
So, staircase. Here's a mirror.
I'm feeling odd. Hopefully my headache will return tonight and I'll have a good night's sleep.
It seems like he gets a headache every time he sees himself.
I don't know who this is. Maybe the former owner of the house.
And there's still so much reference to the past that it really just seems like there has to be a point where we go back in time, and it makes sense.
The air is tainted with a strange smell. The tiny vent can hardly keep the air fresh.
That probably is the formaldehyde from the morgue. Let's go upstairs. Just gonna buzz somebody into your house / office.
Private rooms are probably up there. I'm not going there.
Thanks, game. It might be helpful in games like this to just hover over something and have him give quick responses. But then that would also be annoying. And the click is the sign of intent, and you kind of need that. Otherwise the mouse is going to just accidentally hover over a lot of things.
Herman uses it to carry the bodies. There are some things contaminated with blood. I'm not going to mess with it.
This is really actually very dirty morgue. Bloodborne organisms.
And I don't want to. Empty photographic developer canisters. Herman apparently takes the photos for death reports himself.
Oh, so he can develop the photos.
Human muscles and certain organs. Legend is composed of a great number of Latin phrases. There's no point in studying.
So if I come across any Latin phrases, that might be helpful too.
The bottom is stained, probably by dried blood. There is nothing in them.
And one would assume that the report we need and the personal effects are somewhere over here in the corner or somewhere in the drawer, and none of that can be clicked on. In fact, there's so little to click on here. For a second there I thought the game was broken. I thought that something had happened. I've just exhausted everything.
Imagine what's in it. Herman probably uses it during autopsies to dispose of pieces of flesh.
Let's talk to him.
Dr. Herman, I would like to speak to you.
Just a moment.
are we waiting for it to animate him
So, what brings you?
standing up? Yes, that's what we're doing. Oh, we can't even ask him about the letter, but we can get him to develop the film.
I've noticed the place can also serve as a dark room.
Yes, I'm developing the autopsy photographs here.
Hmm.
No one provides such services in the village. It is almost like the Middle Ages around here. Nevertheless, one eventually gets used to it.
Hmm.
Are you asking because you'd like to have some photographs developed? You see, Gordon, this is not a copier for tourists. You are standing in a morgue.
Hmm.
Oh yes, that's quite apparent. I only need very few pictures though.
All right then. But I will only do this because of my friendship for your family. Give it to me.
Thank you, Doctor.
Get a nice side business. Such
I
a
will
small.
want something in return. I cannot get you the picture without it anyway. I have run out of toner. Would you bring me some from the village?
Didn't you just say that no one could provide that kind of service in the village?
Yes, and they do not. I have an agreement with old Murray. He orders me supplies from town. Tell him the toner is for me. He will gladly sell it to me.
Right. I'll be back.
So at least now we kind of are more on the path of getting the film developed. And I imagine if you'd just gone straight to the city, it would have told you the same things or close to the same things. So we'll just fast travel to Willow Creek. There's still a lot of garbage in the lake. Talk to the fisherman and see what he doesn't even look like he's fishing. Oh yeah, he is.
May I speak with you?
Sure you can, young man.
How long are you going to stay here today?
As long as it takes. The whole day. Unless it stops raining. What a better way to spend a rainy day.
Good luck then. I must go now.
So if there's some reason I need him to leave, I've got to put a fish in that river. And there's the boy, Vic, back. Let's talk to him. No real reason to talk to him.
37. Hello, Mr. Samuel. What a great big bang that was, eh? The second greatest today, I'll bet.
Hi, Vic. Are you counting the thunder?
Right.
Why are you sitting here like this in the rain? Wouldn't you rather be at home?
I don't mind the rain. And also, I can't go home.
You can't. You're in trouble, aren't you?
Well, it's that broken window from yesterday. Harry told my dad, you know. So I'm not exactly carrying home.
Oh, I see. I have to go now. Be careful of the windows next to you.
I will. Throwing my ball to the other side will be a lot safer.
So the laundry that was hanging here is missing. And this poor kid Vic, who is apparently the only child in this entire game, at least so far, is getting into trouble. Partially because of me, I think. Or at the very least, the storyline is putting him in trouble. I guess if we went into the future, Vic might turn out to grow up and then we would know him. Whereas everybody else is so old they'd be dead if we skipped about 30 years in the future. So, all kinds of pond objects.
I can't see anything I need. I don't want to buy any of these things. It's mostly garbage.
Yeah. So let's search the area.
I wonder if it too is for sale, or if it's part of the inventory here. Hard to say among all these things.
You'd imagine that Victoria might buy a lot of garbage. Like, you almost feel like the rich people in the Black Mirror castle probably have to spend a lot of money in this tiny city just to keep it alive, just to keep people employed and such. It seems like there's really no industry that could possibly exist in such a small area. They're not farming, they're not fishing, they're not making things, mining. So we can ask about the toner.
Dr. Herman told me I could get some photographic toner here. Have you got any?
You're lucky. I've still got a couple of bottles left. I don't go to town every
Do you use toner to develop film?
Here it is.
I've never heard of using photographic toner. I thought you used developing fluid,
Thanks.
dipped it in 3 different types of chemicals, and then exposed the negative onto the chemically influenced paper, and then that caused the paper to develop into that. I don't know the whole process clearly, but I've never seen anybody say toner.
A few days ago,
It's not like a
man found
printer.
a certain object here. An article similar to this one.
I remember Henry pawned something that looked like that. Yes, that's true.
I'd like to redeem the object.
Certainly, sir. It's £35. And I require the bill of exchange with the owner's signed agreement, of course.
I'll give you the money, but you see, I haven't got that bill.
Sir, surely you know that I cannot return any pawned object without the corresponding bill of exchange.
I
Why?
can understand why you do not want to release it without the bill, but I will pay for it.
I'm sorry, that's the rules.
That object is very important to me. I am willing to pay a special price.
That's possible, but how fair would it be to the owner if I sold their property to somebody else within the pawn period? According to the rules, the object belongs to them until the expiration date of the note has been passed.
Murray, Henry can't possibly redeem it.
How do you know that?
He's dead.
Dead? I'm truly sorry to hear that, but I'm afraid the owner's death changes nothing.
Really?
The person who presents a valid bill of exchange and pays the designated price can redeem the object at any time then.
Please try to understand that I haven't got it. Wouldn't the money
This is
be
a
enough?
I'm sorry. You can
stupid
wait until the
conversation.
pawn period expires.
That's not an option.
In that case, I'm afraid I can't help you, sir.
This is the most upright pawnbroker I've ever heard of. I don't see these options to do positive and negative answers. I guess we've done positive in all of them, so let's just keep doing positive.
I know you would break the rules, but who could possibly find out? I am willing to pay triple the price for it.
Triple, you say? No, that's quite impossible. I don't want to lose my license because of your offer. Though I've got to admit it's very decent.
So how much money do I need to convince you?
It seems you don't understand me. I'm not going to do this for any price you could possibly offer to pay. This pawn shop is all I have, and I'm not going to risk losing it.
But who would know about our deal? We can keep it between the two of us.
Sorry, I'm not changing my position. No bill of exchange translates to no release.
Very well then.
This
If I bring the bill and pay the holding price, will you give it to me?
Of course I will.
I thought he was more into money. I must find Henry's bill of exchange, no matter what. Murray isn't going to give me anything without it.
This is really ridiculous from my perspective. At least in the United States, things get lost, quote unquote, in the background in the storage areas all the time. And lost means, of course, that they sold it to somebody else before the time was settled. But maybe in the UK there really is just stricter laws that actually scare pawn shop people. But I don't know. I guess we have to just assume that that's the case. Or we just assume it's a video game that's being very stubborn.
The chalk is all blurred. I can ask Harry directly.
Yeah, what was the point of that? So Mark, Tom, and the Gravedigger are all in here, which we're looking, I suppose, for the detective to shut down the case.
Harry.
Welcome back, Mr. Gordon. Have you come to get a bite?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. I know your Bates is not exactly a great cook.
It's not so bad. I have no reason to complain.
All right, if you say so.
That's an interesting response. What do you mean? He means, do you want food or not? He's trying to sell you food.
Do you remember our conversation yesterday on how nothing ever happens around here?
Sure I do.
Well, unfortunately, something did happen.
Oh, you mean Henry?
How do you know?
Well,
He's a barkeep. He knows everything.
fast. Poor Henry. He was a good regular. We sure drank a fair amount together.
So how long had you known one another?
Since the time he started working for the manor. Which in fact means the day he arrived here. I remember when he first showed up, all sweaty with a suitcase in each hand. He took no time to order the 2 pints right away. I knew right off that we would understand each other.
Did he have any friends in the neighborhood?
Probably not. You see, he was kind of a loner. I don't think he knew anyone else. He used to only come here.
Thanks anyway, Harry.
You're welcome, Mr. Gordon.
So that information didn't really help anything, but at least we now know they knew each other.
Harry, tell me, is Mark reliable?
Well, that depends. He's not exactly a saint, you see. But I reckon he'll do what you tell him for a pound or two.
Mark. Let's talk to the Gravedigger.
I need to talk to you.
No, I don't. I don't even know what I'm going to talk to
Make it quick.
about. I guess I'm asking him about Henry.
Tell me, did you know Henry Stanton?
No, I didn't. Should I have known him?
Well, he worked as a gardener for us, but he died yesterday.
Sounds like I'll get to meet him soon now. You want anything else? I'm not interested in company.
No, I'll leave you alone.
So, the game is trying to throw us a bone or two here by having 4 people in the same room. That will save us
Hello.
traveling some places.
Hello.
I have no idea why Tom would know anything.
Did you know Henry Stanton?
I'm having to be on a first name basis with every person in this game.
So I really didn't know him. Now leave me to my sport.
Good morning.
Who is Mark?
That'll be good for you. What do you
He might be the delivery man.
You said yesterday that you used to help in our garden.
A couple of times, yes.
So
Oh.
you knew Henry, our gardener, right?
Yes. I don't want to talk about him after what has happened.
When did you last speak with him?
Well, yesterday evening. I met him just a short distance off the road to the village.
What time was that exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. I already told you that. I don't feel like getting involved in anything.
I'm not the police. You needn't worry. What did you speak about?
It was just a couple of sentences. I'm not sure.
Was he acting normal? I mean, was he sober?
Yeah, he was, that's for sure. It's true that he used to drink a lot, but he didn't drink every day. And yesterday, he was sober. I would have noticed.
Thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
So, Henry was still sober in the evening, and they found him drowned at dawn. That doesn't make much sense. Tom told me you worked for Dr. Herman from time to time.
Tom tends to have a bit too much to say. I've been unemployed for some time now, so I've been taking what odd jobs are offered to me. Well, I've got to make money somehow, and it sure is better to do stuff for Dr. Herman than that dirty bastard Barry.
Well, I need a certain favor from you. As a matter of fact, it has to do with Dr. Herman.
So what's the deal?
This is what I want you to do.
I'm listening.
I need you to come to his house at a particular time and keep him busy for a couple of minutes. Ring the doorbell and wait until he comes upstairs. Talk about whatever you want. Just keep him there for as long as you can.
Well, I don't quite like that plan, to tell you the truth. He doesn't look exactly innocent, does it? Also, if Herman learned about my getting involved in some scam on him, he'd never hire me again. You better find someone else for this.
So let's go with positive answer again.
Look, I don't expect this for nothing.
And that's supposed to be surprising?
How much does Dr. Herman pay you?
That depends on what he wants from me.
No, you don't understand. I mean, what is the maximum he has ever paid you?
£6 per day, with food, I guess.
I'll give you 10. That's not bad for a couple of minutes, is it?
10? Well, money is nice, but you see, these days I at least have a sure job from Dr. Herman. No, I can't do it.
So many people
I'll give you 20. Take it or leave it.
20?
drag you down these
I haven't had
conversations.
so much money click in my pocket for quite some time.
Man,
£20 take home and it's a deal.
the amounts of money here seem
Later.
a little
Okay.
low
What time
for
should I show up?
81. Like 20 pounds
About a quarter of
isn't
an hour after I leave the pub.
isn't
Make sure you're
like $100 US dollars even in 81, I would imagine.
I'll be there.
And even if it was, what you're asking this person to do should
to the morgue to get
is
there before Mark.
should be
I hope
closer
you
to
show up on time, as we have agreed.
it's closer to something you would want to give $1,000 to $10,000 worth of money. You really gotta blind people with money if you're gonna bribe them.
Please let me in, Doctor.
The small bribes won't work.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs in the morgue.
But clearly I didn't need to do anything else. This will be funny because I'll probably give him the toner and then do whatever other things I'm supposed to do.
Yes, but I told you I have no news. This needs time. So if you keep interrupting me,
No. I'm here because of something else.
yes.
Well, the thing is,
So what is it you want, Gordon? I do not have the whole day for you.
where the blazes is that mark?
Did you say something?
No, you see, I just...
Now who could that be? Damn. Who is there?
So while he's talking,
Wait for me here. I will return shortly.
we're gonna investigate.
You needn't hurry. Blood pressure was going to hit boiling point. Now where's that bloody bill of exchange? Maybe I should start with this table.
Man, he seems to be pretty stressed for somebody who's running a scam.
There's a label with Henry's name on this box.
Hmm.
Henry's bill of exchange. Excellent.
So that gets us to peace. Now we need the autopsy report. The skeleton's missing his hip. Piece of imprint plastic.
Plastic for making imprints. It could come in handy.
So maybe I'll duplicate a key.
Lots of things, but nothing I'd need. Is this what I think it is? An old microscope.
And so we're pixel hunting. Now, where could the report be if it's not in the desk or on the drawer? Files? Corpse? Are we supposed to look at the corpse? He's a doctor and a mortician. So... wait a minute, why are you using a chest spreader technique on him? Usually they use a Y incision if they're going to do that kind of an autopsy, but honestly, in such a small town, he wouldn't even do this much. He's selling organs. And then, but that still doesn't explain why you would do what looks like a chest spreader to take a dead heart out. And you're selling dead organs, which are not really of any real value. Unless you can get them very, very fresh. So I imagine he's selling organs to Robert for some kind of occult action. But there's nothing to interact with. You'd almost expect the game wouldn't have a cursor that changed colors at this rate. And in multiple ways, there's nothing to interact with. Because the game doesn't have like a goal system, like it doesn't tell you what your actual goals are, unless the idea would be to take a picture of a corpse And so you can see in the background, yeah, there's nothing in the mouth, nose, ears, eyes. Nothing. There's some clamps. Can't see his hand, but I can't also interact with any of this. I just kind of think maybe I'm done.
I'm not leaving yet. I need to find out more.
Well, the box. That maybe there's more in the box.
I've examined it thoroughly. It no longer contains anything of importance.
So we kind of like the attic. We have this room that we're trapped in, that possibly this will move us very close to doing the third part. Here's some keys, so we can make an imprint on a key maybe, and then use that. Ah yes, we make an imprint on the key, we open the garbage, we search the garbage, we find something useful. It all makes sense. Of course, if we're going to make a mold of the key, then we need something that is pourable and meltable, like molten aluminum or something, to cast the key. And we don't have anything like that, but maybe we can find something along the lines of plaster of Paris or something and make something like that with it. Make a cast out of plaster of Paris. Anyways, that's it for this recording. We made progress. This past 30 minutes has accomplished a lot more than the first 5 hours. Like, the speed of gameplay has accelerated. We've figured things out. We kind of know what we're supposed to do. The story is more obvious and important. There's a lot less just walking around and getting backstory, a lot of which the backstory doesn't even seem to matter. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.